So recently on this channel, I've been talking a lot about building a hybrid personal brand. And if you guys don't know what a hybrid personal brand is, it's basically a combination of growing what you call your middle of funnel using organic content that converts and shifts beliefs in your prospect's mind. So you pick a niche and you start creating content around how you can help that niche with your unique services and your unique mechanism. We call it a unique mechanism, not just saying you're running an agency and you're doing Facebook ads for e-commerce brands. It has to be a unique mechanism, which is something that we help you dial in and create. So that's the first half of the hybrid personal brand. The second half of the hybrid personal brand is leveraging very small paid ads on Instagram or even YouTube at like $10 to $30 a day, especially on Instagram. We primarily focus on Instagram. You don't need to pick up YouTube just yet. YouTube's a great back-end strategy if you want to go far with this. And we have students or even clients in the program that are using YouTube to book calls directly as well. So in the program, like I said, we do actually break down exactly how you go get clients organically using Upwork or using what you call warm outreach. If you literally don't have any money, then I show you exactly how you go about spending around 10 to 30, maybe even $50 a day on ads so you can actually start landing clients. Now, one of the best questions I get asked all the time is, Montel, at what point in my agency should I genuinely start running ads? Now, if you guys have seen my previous videos, I've been breaking down a strategy called the Steve Madden strategy. The Steve Madden strategy is if you don't know what niche you're in, you can literally test what niche and what offer will probably work and what mechanism will work for your niche by literally running an ad. So you pick 3 different niches that you're very interested in, you pick an offer, and you kind of like, you don't make the offer up, but you almost make the offer up. It's very, very in between, right? And we call this just a test. It's a beta launch. What you do is you then create around 9 pieces of content around that particular niche. These are just very small pieces of content. They could be reels, they could be posts on your actual Instagram itself. And then you launch one singular ad in that particular niche, breaking down the person's pain problems, their struggles, why they can't scale their business, and what you can do that's different. And then you tell them to come and follow you here on Instagram, and you boost that as a reel at $10 to $30 a day. Typically, we want to do this if you're testing really quickly at $30 a day for 3 days. So now you're spending $90 on a test. Once you've done that, you'll start tracking all of your metrics and see what your cost per follower is. And if the cost per follower is within KPI, let's say you're getting a cost per follower of around $2.50, well, then you know that people are receptive to that niche and that offer. And then that gives you a good indication as to you should probably start creating more content around this and growing your agency in that direction using that niche and that offer, because it's actually got some sort of, bite going on. Test 3 different niches this way and you pick which one has the best metrics and you stick with the one that has the best metrics. At that point, you basically bought yourself success. So I guess that's one way of answering your question. If you don't have a niche yet, you can go and use the Steve Madden method to go and test what niche is best. But let's say you've already got kind of like an offer and it works, and you kind of not being introduced to the Steve Madden method just yet, and you've already picked a niche and whatnot, and you just kind of want to go for it. Well, I would say, and I would, highly recommend that you hold off on ads just yet, just for now, until you're able to comfortably spend $900 a month on ads. So that's like $30 a day for 30 days straight. I genuinely reckon you can see some very good results with that. Now, there's a key distinction here. I know a lot of people might be watching this and thinking $900 a month is either a lot of money, or there's going to be people that say like $900 on ads is not going to do anything. That's barely going to get you any leads. Well, that's very true. It just depends on what type of ads you're thinking about. Most people, when I start talking about ads and running ads for the agency, think about the old traditional way of running ads, which is you have an ad and you run that to a landing page to get people to opt in for either like a free ebook, a VSL, video sales letter, where you basically put like a free training in for, like, let's say your niche is the real estate niche. You offer some sort of 10 to 15 minute free training on how to do Facebook ads if you're a real estate agent. A lot of people think that you run Facebook ads like that. You run an actual Facebook ad or an Instagram ad and you get people to click onto a landing page, whether that's through Go High Level or through ClickFunnels, and you get people to opt in using their email and their phone number, and then you have like an outbound dialer or an outbound email person, or even just back-end emails set up where you're hitting people with automated emails on a back end, or you've got like somebody calling up the leads numbers to try and get clients on a discovery call or a sales call to try sell them that. Now that's very expensive. I've noticed people get a cost per lead anywhere between like $15 on the low end to like maybe $25 upwards per lead, which is very expensive, to be honest with you. I have students right now that are leveraging a different type of funnel, We call it the hybrid personal brand growth funnel. The reason for that is because it actually builds your personal brand as a byproduct. When you run an ad to a landing page, the only thing that you grow is your phone numbers, the amount of phone numbers you collect, and the leads that you collect, aka the emails that you collect. The problem with that though is, while yes, you can hit people with cold emails and like the actual back-end emails, a lot of people aren't really receptive to emails. Not only that, but it doesn't grow your front-end brand, if you know what I mean. For example, when I run my type of ads, I tell people to come and follow me here on Instagram and steal some of my content, or go through my content and actually steal some of the actual ideas that I post on my content. Because of the actual ad, not only do I get clients on the front end, for example, I've spent around 2.4K, about 2.3K, I would say, it's actually $2,330 something or whatever it is. Look at my previous videos. And I brought back in 73K from that particular ad, with around 12 YouTube videos being shot. So most of my actual money is coming from the ad itself. Now, with that being said, as a byproduct of those ads, even the people that didn't decide to engage with me, but they just followed me basically, those people are still on my Instagram, watching my stories every single day, watching my content every single day, getting indoctrinated by my stories, getting indoctrinated by my content, learning about who I am, learning about this YouTube channel right here whenever I post. Not only that, but we're able to have like a back and forth conversation. With emails, it's not really like that. When you build an email list, it's not really engaging as social media. And I had a student say this to me the other day, a client of mine. And he said that like when you grow an email list, the way how people use email is very different to the way how they use social media. People clock out of email. As in, email seen as like a work tool. So people will have set hours when they use email, and then they'll stop using email to go and relax and have family time. Social media is not like that. You don't really have like a clock out time when you stop using social media, if you know what I mean. Like you don't all of a sudden say, oh, it's 8 p.m. I'm going to stop using social media. You probably use social media from the moment you wake up throughout the entire day and until you go to sleep at night. And then you do the same thing over and over and over again. So you're always constantly on social media engaging. If you take a look at your screen time right now, unless you're in some sort of monk mode protocol right now, like kind of like how I am, you are using social media. So email is not really like that. It's not like you're living inside your email inbox like 17 times a day, unless you're some like huge CEO of a business, like genuinely. And even then, those huge CEOs of businesses that live inside their email inbox can't wait to get out of their email inboxes. They see it as work. It's put in a different category in their brain. They see it in a different light to they see social media. They see social media as like a place to kind of like relax and, you know, soak up information or just have fun in general. Whereas emails class as like the number one work tool. So the more they spend on inside their emails, the more it feels like work. So they want to get out of that. They actually have set hours and set times they check emails normally, whereas social media is not like that. With that being said, let's break down exactly why I say $900. So hopefully that makes sense. You know, it's a lot easier to convert on social media, and you have people following you and they can see that you've got more followers, and that alone brings social proof. You get the point, guys. And then people over time, some of you guys have probably been watching my YouTube channel, so you know this for a fact. You guys have probably been watching my YouTube channel for maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, maybe even 2 years, 5 years down the line, and only now you've decided to become a client of mine. The reason for that is because you've subscribed to my channel, you've watched my videos over and over and over again. You probably follow me on Instagram. If you haven't, it's at montel.gordon. Go check out and so go steal some stuff as well. You can genuinely go and do that, because I do post a lot and behind the scenes, which I'll show you in a second. And over time, you start to resonate with who I am as a person. You know everything about me, and then you decided, you know what, Montel knows what he's talking about. Let's jump on a call, and ended up becoming a client of mine. So it's like that, but you are speeding it up by getting more eyeballs. You're paying for eyeballs to your middle of funnel content. I recommend, like I said, to answer your question, when you should start running ads for your agency to get clients for your actual agency itself, you need to be spending around $900 at the minimum per month if you're going to be using the hybrid personal brand growth funnel on Instagram. If you're using something else like a VSL funnel, where you're actually spending money to drive people to a landing page or an opt-in form to then call them up or to have their emails in the back end, there's a lot of wastage that goes along in that. With this new way of doing things, there's not really that much wastage, because even if you get some followers in and you can't convert them, at least you've still got them as followers, so you can always hit them up and DM them and reach out to them and do warm outreach that way. It's a lot more user and beginner friendly, I would say. So $900 is the litmus. I recommend having at least $900 if you're going to get into this. I just want to show you just real quick, even if you don't have $900 to spend on ads, we still teach you the Upwork method. For example, this is one of our clients called Vin. He basically came into the program and started leveraging Upwork first to build out his agency. The reason for that is because we need those sweet dollars, which allow us to basically run ads. And if you have no money on ads, what are you going to do? Well, I show you basically how to leverage Upwork at a very smaller scale, the new way of doing it in 2023, back end 2024 type of way. And what we're doing is showing you how to genuinely generate your ad spend in money using Upwork. So we're leveraging Upwork to generate cash flow. That cash flow is then going into our paid ads. So that was just, I just thought I'd throw this in here. But if you guys want to see, this is literally just my Instagram highlight. And these are some results from the past 2 weeks / 1 week. As you can see, here's Ryan. He's basically started running these ads that I'm talking about here. And he spent, as you can see at this particular moment in time, you know, this is a snapshot from 2 weeks ago. So it's updated from here on out. I think he actually closed his first client in 8 days, by the way. Actually, 8 days from running his ad, never run an ad before. This is Ryan. He basically spent $51 US when he launched his ad, maybe over a period of like 2 to 3-ish days, maybe 4 days. Spent $51 US and he brought in 106 new followers. And he said, and let me tell you, they are almost all warm / hot leads. I'll keep you guys updated on the income side next week. Going to be stupid. So as you can see, this guy has spent $51 US and brought back in 106 leads. I believe that works out to be about 52 cents a lead or something crazy like that, versus $15 per lead, versus, you know, anywhere between $15 to $25 per lead if you're going to do the old way of generating leads, which is the VSL. VSL, again, is you run an ad to a ClickFunnels page or an opt-in page or a free training page or some sort of opt-in form where you collect their emails and number, and then you give them something for free, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a free training, whether it's a free report. They're called VSLs because you use a video in order to do that. And here's one of my actual clients, Angelo with another little win here. This is only from last week as well, by the way. Another little win. He got his first call, booked directly from YouTube. He said he's not even started ads yet because I'm waiting for his video editor. But as you can see, this guy literally went on to basically create a YouTube channel, taught him what to say in his videos, create the content, all that sort of stuff. So if you're worried about that, don't even worry about it. We help you with that. Create his first YouTube video and actually booked in his first call. And again, guys, I'm the only dude on the internet with a YouTube channel that's telling you guys, if you're going to start an agency or build a personal brand or build a coaching business or whatever it is, please start creating organic content, guys. Like, all these other dudes are getting rich selling you guys on cold outreach methods, but they're getting rich through inbound methods. And like I said in one of my last videos, be very wary of gurus that are telling you to do anything other than build an audience, your own audience, because those are the only real methods they're using right now to get rich. Why do you think your favorite gurus spend ungodly amounts of time creating YouTube videos and ungodly amount of money on ads? Those two things are absolutely crucial to building a brand. Why do you think they all do it? In fact, if you don't believe me, ask yourself, if you've ever invested into somebody's program or mentorship program, ask yourself, how did you actually get into their program? Did they send you a cold email out of the blue when you didn't know them? Chances are no. You probably came across them on YouTube through the SEO features, or you got hit with an ad and you went through one of their funnels and you became part of their audience or some way or shape or form, and you watched their content for a little while, and then you ended up deciding to pull the trigger. It was either through an ad or through organic content, and you came through their funnel either way. They didn't send you no cold outreach. So if you don't believe me, just ask yourself that. If it's true, then there you go. You know I'm telling the truth. Here's another student, Nathan. First inbound DM. So this is Nathan. He launched his very first ad in 1 day. He got his very first book call. As you can see, this is genuinely speaking. This was only last week, by the way. This is Nathan. Very proud of you. Shout out to you if you're watching this. Launched his very first ad. Helped him script out the ad. He has the scripts and the templates and whatnot in the program. Yes, we do provide that. Launches his very first ad. And then he wakes up to an inbound DM from a personal brand. I believe he actually ends up booking this as a call as well. If not, forgive me, I might be thinking about somebody else. So this is Angelo yet again on the very same day, I believe this was, and he booked in a second meeting of the day. Yes, it's the same day in the Wins channel. So this is from IG chat. He's making around 6 to 7K a month and wants to scale, which is a high quality lead. So these aren't just random followers that we're generating organically and through these paid ads, by the way. And this was organic for this particular lead through the actual, scripts that I sent him and, the warm outreach that we're going to be doing inside the program. So we still do outreach. It's just not, we don't do cold outreach. We do what you call warm outreach to our own existing audience. That's the key. That's the difference. That's what warm outreach actually is. And as you can see, he sets up a second meeting on that particular day right there. Here's Angelo again. This is the third appointment that he books in on the very same day. Again, this is another meeting he books in on the same day. And again, some people can't even set 2 meetings a week. This guy did 3 meetings in a day, and he only jumped into the program maybe not even 4 or 5 days prior to this. Don't quote me on that. But as you can see, he then, I think this was the very next day, and he's saying that this is no ads yet, all organic. So he's already booked in like 2 calls. It was actually 3 calls, to be honest with you. And then he actually booked in another 2 calls. I think it was 3 calls one day, and the very next day it was another 2 calls. You guys can pause and read some of this. Then we've got Martin down here. He landed his first client from the actual ads themselves. So as you can see, Martin, this is how many results we're getting, guys, like quite literally. So as we're posting this win here, this dude's messaging Martin below, and he's in a very weird niche. He's in the National Disability Insurance Scheme provider. That's what the niche is. As you can see, he's getting paid $600 per month for that particular client with his ads, which basically means his ads are already profitable. literally. If you all you gotta do is just get one client $600 per month, hold them for 3 months, and you now got 1.8k in ad spend to play around with. Here's Zach. This was literally yesterday. Quick little win, guys. Not a full win, but I got an inbound lead who came across my ad who wants to know whether I can help him. He's not sure if he's a qualified lead, blah, 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 but he says, thanks for this system, Montel. Let's go. Zach, if you're watching this, honestly, shout out to you, my bro. The very next like hour, not even hour, like as he was typing it, as you can see, he says, thanks for this system. As I finished sending this, just got the call booked in. So as you can see, his ad's not even been live for maybe 2 days. That means he spent about, let's say it's $20 a day on the ad. He spent $40 in total, booked in his very first call. So as you can see, like $40 cost per call. Let's say that's the worst. I'm pretty sure he's running his ad at $10 a day, because I always teach everybody in my program, run your ads at $10 a day. So as you can see, books in his very first call. So yeah, guys, honestly, I just genuinely recommend you, as soon as you have $900 per month to spend on ads, just start launching them, because you can just literally start getting, the sooner you do it, the sooner you actually start seeing results, guys. And if you guys want to see any more results, just literally go to my actual Instagram page and just start looking through them. Or if you want to send me a DM on how to actually do all of this and set up the ad itself, go about doing that. But again, guys, for me, genuinely, if you go to some of my posts, you can literally see that I made like the very first 32 days of launching this, the very first 32 days, brand new business, brand new acquisition channel, never really ran ads before in my life myself, like genuinely, except for the time I tested like YouTube ads back in the day. Like really tried YouTube ads and growing them. Very expensive, by the way. Anyway, long story short, turned on my actual Instagram ads in August, couldn't really get it to work, turned all of them off, launched one more ad on the 6th of September. And then like didn't really understand how to convert or anything like that. Just wasn't converting for me. Started figuring it out, created my own what you call conversion mechanism, which is turning followers into actual book calls. Figured that out. Landed my first client on the 20th, I believe. No, the first client was on the 16th or something like that. Like 10 days after my ad. I one off, didn't really know what I was doing with the actual pricing strategy. Then anyway, long story short, I ended up doing 73k in 32 days from my actual ad. And again, some of my people in the actual program themselves are generating 106 leads while spending $51 on those leads, which is a high quality leads as well, and making their money back from their ads within like 8 days or something crazy like that. So if you got $900 per spend, this is probably the best investment you can probably make into your business, because not only does it get you clients on the front end, but it builds you an audience in the back end. And again, these audience are real people, they're high quality leads. Just because somebody's not ready to buy right now doesn't mean they're not going to be a good fit in the future. Like for example, some of you guys, like I said, some of you guys have literally been on my channel for 5 years straight, decided not to buy anything from me, and then they said, you know what, one day I actually do want to work with Montel. They've worked up, you use my free stuff for free, stole what I've been teaching you guys for free. You built yourself up some cash flow and decided to enroll into my program. There you go. This stuff works, guys. Like you might not have been ready back then, but now you're ready. You know what I'm trying to say? It's the same thing with your audience. Just because you generate a follower today and they don't convert doesn't mean they might not convert in, 2 months from now, a month from now, 3 months from now. Hopefully you guys can see the point I'm trying to make. If you guys want to see some of the payments going through, you guys can see, honestly, the payments are just ridiculous. This is this month, by the way, quite literally. So 2.7k going in on the 3rd, 5.6k on the 4th. Just already, that's already what, like 8k. That's already 10 grand in 2 days, 10k USD in 2 days. Then the very next day, so you can see the dates, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, 3.9k. The very nenext day, that's 2.8k, literally 2.8k. And then there's 3.9k like 3 days after that, and then 3 days after that is 4.8k. Then another day after that is 1.3k. Literally a couple of days after that is 1.1k. 700 pounds there. Then we've got 1.1k here. Then we've got 5.4k there, and then 2.7k and another 700 or 800 there, and another 2.7 there. And it's actually gone more and more and more since then, because we're actually on the 30th of October now. So yeah, guys, hope you guys have a good Halloween, man. I feel like I'm gonna definitely have a good Halloween. But guys, if you're stuck and you're just done with doing cold outreach, and again, I haven't sent a cold outreach message in like 15, 16-ish months. I just don't believe in cold outreach anymore. Not when there's strategies like this. Like you won't fit. You cannot beat me. You cannot beat me. Even if you hire a team of like 20 virtual assistants, I can guarantee you will never beat me with even 100 people. You can go and hire right now 100 people to do 100 outreach each, right? Per day, every single day of cold outreach, and I will still beat you to $500,000 a month, literally. With like, I'll probably be able to just run like 10 different ads at that point, 10 retargeting ads, and spend like $50 a day. No, probably like $15 a day on each ad, and still beat you. Quite literally. That being said, guys, when you're ready to start messing about being an organic marketer and doing the whole cold outreach stuff, and you actually want to grow a real business to actually last, the test of time, and you can actually rely on it actually as a real asset instead of just doing cold outreach, and then after 5 years, if your agency goes back to zero, you don't have anything to rely on, just book in a call with me, guys, or even just drop me a DM on Instagram. You can see it on the screen here. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Peace.